this is Nicholas with the Backyard TARDIS here with another audiobook review. And lately I've been checking out the different Foundation books and the Dune books on Audible. And, well, I don't have an Audible code. I got mine through WSTR, Galactic Public Access, a Red 5 Network podcast. So go listen to their podcast. They'll give you out their code so that you can get your first month free on Audible. And one of the things that I love about that Audible subscription is not only do you get one book a month free, but there are some books that are free. And they will be recommended for you in that section. Because I was listening to Foundation and Dune, it gave me the H.G. Wells collection. 6 H.G. Wells books for free, all together in one package. I'm going to review them one at a time as I listen to them. And in this one, we're going to look at the most famous one, H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds, narrated by none other than the Doctor himself, David Tennant. This is a brilliant book. H.G. Wells is such a good writer. Now, he does have a very bleak take on mankind. And part of this is he lived at an age when science, and specifically the belief in evolution, was really changing the world around him. And he did a lot of social commentary publications too, where he talked about how that because man believed that they were descended from animals, how this affected their view of right and wrong. And it's very true. This was a turning point for the world and lessened the grasp that religion had on morals. And so as he saw these changes in the world, he had a very bleak outlook for the future. And so you'll see that in a number of his books. He really breaks down how humans react, how they react to panic things, how they react with first overconfidence and absurdness in themselves, and then how they react with the mistakes. But one of the things I love about H.G. Wells is for everything that he gets right, there's something else that is so laughably wrong, but it was educated science guess. And I can only imagine that in 200 years from now, if we were to go back, well, maybe only in 100 years from now, I don't know. If we go back and look at Star Trek, and we get to the point where mankind is flying to other planets and has stuff like the holodeck or whatever, and we're going to look back at some of that technology that Star Trek did, and some of it is going to look just ridiculously silly. Kind of like Back to the Future. Of all the things in the Back to the Future, so much of it seems real, but flying cars just being part of our daily lives is just like way out there. So many other things from Back to the Future have come to pass, but just random, like everybody just has flying cars. Like that is just completely out, nowhere in our reality. But it's still something that we think could happen in the future. There are stuff in H.G. Wells where he's taking educated scientific guess. And the way the Martians get to the planet, they shoot themselves from a giant gun. And so it's the bullets that land on Earth. And then they slowly unscrew and do that. It's an amazing concept. But then he talks about the difference in gravity. And he talks about them not even being able to climb out of the crater because of the effect of gravity. But that if they were they would be more technologically advanced. And so they talk about the spider walkers. His description of like basically phasers and that kind of, like, it's amazing the technology that he describes that didn't exist at the time. They understood. And then the downfall of these aliens, which was, believe it or not, pandemic. And he's going off of history. He's a study of history and of human behavior and predicting based on science where things are going. And so he realized, okay, Americans come to, or the Europeans come to America and all the Indians die. He came up with a cultural thing that these aliens would catch a disease from us that would wipe them out. And so it was really interesting. And the whole thing of why they were coming to Earth was because of global warming on Mars. It's amazing how topical some of these things are. The way he goes about describing things, scientifically describing, very dry, but yet can get very dark. And he's just a brilliant writer. And while I think that, I'm looking at like inspirations for like Dune and Foundation, and they have so many similarities. And I would say Foundation, Asimov, is a big contemporary of H.G. Wells. Very similar writing style. Where I would say that with Dune, much more the Jules Verne, like Dune and Foundation cover a lot of similar things, but I would say, Dune takes more of the Jules Verne route, which I have a Jules Verne 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea also free on Audible. So look forward to that in a future review. But it's good. Now, one of the big highlights, David Tennant doing the narration. I mean, I could listen to that guy read the milk carton. He does such a good job. The despair he can put in his voice, just the different things. The matter of fact, it just works so well with H.G. Wells' thing. So, if you're signed up for Audible, go check it out, and do check out H.G. Wells' collection. Some great stuff in there. Looking forward to diving into some more of this. Of course, if you haven't signed up for Audible, I don't have a code. I'm too small yet to have any sponsors, but check out WSTR. They have a code for you. And you can get that free month, and you get some free books of H.G. Wells. You get a free month and a free book there. Lots to listen to, great value. And afterwards, if you're not hooked on audiobooks, you can cancel. And everybody still benefits. All right, with that, let me know your thoughts on War of the Worlds down in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.